some sense out of all of this nonsense. So if you are joining me for the first time in Kevin's Corner, please hit that like button, share my video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on to all. Do that for me, please. Secondly, y'all need to communicate to me. Let me know, because my other gadget over here is not firing up right now. It's giving me some problems. So I can't see if the chat's working, if y'all can hear the sound. So I need y'all to go ahead and chat. Tell me something. Tell me something good. Yeah. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. There we go. Can I get anything? Yep. Okay. I got it. Oh, okay. Thank you. I can see y'all chatting in now. Now I know that y'all can hear me. Yeah. I don't want to waste my words on nothing. So, before we get started, also this number right here, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number so that, you know, we can stay in contact just in case they unexist me. Now, one thing I do want to do before we start is turn on my Wi-Fi just in case things get a little sketchy. There we go. The Wi-Fi is the backup plan. See, the Wi-Fi's the backup plan. So let that kick in for a second before we get started. You know, it takes a minute. It's like the little engine it could. I think. All right. Now, while we're doing that, the fundraiser, I still haven't been able to put the link up for this month, but I do have my regular Cash App, PayPal, all of that stuff. If you want to support the channel because of the garbage that I'm dealing with, man. And this interesting little thing has been going on with the live streams. Some people are seeing a whole bunch of people watching, and then other people are seeing what I'm seeing. Like yesterday, it was all over the place, the likes and everything. Some people was like, yo, man, you got like 1.1 thousand likes, 2.4 thousand people watching the show. Then others were like, no, I see 389, 374. It's been tripping me out, man. And some of this is coming from some people who I know is reliable because you watch my channel all the time. And so, you know, sometimes, you know, like, are people trolling? But then there are people who see this that I say, nah, they've been around for a while. I don't think they would just throw out a crazy number. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but something's going on with them. And that's all I'm saying. So if you could help me out when it comes down to offsetting that, then, you know, we'll go from there. Alfonso said he already see 2.1 thousand likes. I wish, I don't know. That's crazy right there. That means people is on there that I can't even see, because I'm seeing 105 and 51 likes, which is a problem. How are we going to have 105 watching and only 52 likes now? Y'all need to do all of this right now. Do all of that, okay? All right. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started because we got some stuff to talk about tonight. MSNBC done went straight TDS. What? Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here, gorilla in here. Gorillas in here, gorilla in here. So, guys, it looks like people are losing their mind. For real, they're losing their mind when it comes down to Trump. But before we get into that, we need to take a quick trip out to California, y'all. Oh, yeah, man. We are about to do it, man. I'm going back to Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Man, I don't think so. So we got to take a little trip out to California, more specifically, San Francisco. See what's going on out there. Oh, how can I forget? Oh, I forgot to promote the store. Yeah, 1, 2, Get your merch. Go to the store. Get your merch. Buy some more. Get the merch. Yeah. Okay, now that that's over, head out to Cali.
Instead of the cleanup this, I know folks are saying, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming to town. That's true. Does President Biden agree it's more important to impress the leader of China than the American people that live in San Francisco and pay taxes every day?
Of course he does. Before this man even answers, I can feel this one for her. Absolutely. Biden cares way more about Chi coming because of that. You know what? A $1.5 billion deal. So, Joseph Biden, if Chi is coming to America, make sure you clean up that S-hole city. Me being Chi will not step in that S-hole city with doo-doo on the streets. So you got all of that mess going on out there for God knows how long. And all of a sudden, Chi and the crew, he shouldn't even be allowed in the country, first of all. That's what burns me up. That man sent us the COVID virus. That man treats his own folks ridiculously. That man's buying up all our land, taking over half the globe right about now. And they bringing this dude to California. But nonetheless, not only are they bringing him, but they busting out all the finest champagne and silverware. They went out there and got the street cleaners. They like, get this, but get your nasty drug addict, but get up. Go on now. For a minute to leave him be, leave him be. So, of course, Joe Biden cares more about the globe or global leaders than the people in San Francisco. Same thing with Nancy Pelosi. Same thing with that raggedy mayor. You know, the one that was up there jamming to Raphael Sadiq during the COVID lockdowns. And this guy knows it too. So let's see. Oh, and Gavin the nuisance.
First, I completely reject the premise of your question. But secondly, I don't know what the context of what Governor Newsom said.
Well, let's help you out. Of course you're going to reject the premise of your question. Even though I got the premise of the question is, why are y'all just now doing something about San Francisco? So let's see what Gavin the nuisance had to say about it. This guy must not watch any TV.
So I won't respond to it.
I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true.
Oh.
Because it's true.
Oh, man. Okay. Now, this guy's supposed to be a smooth criminal. Look at the confidence with it. That's true. Because it's true. There you go. My man couldn't even make up something. Man, he just came out and said, yeah, that's true, because it's true. And that's why it's funny, because it's true.
But it's also true for months and months and months prior to APEC.
What? Did y'all let this go on? For months and months and months before Chi and him was coming? We allowed needles, drugs, doo-doo in the streets, gang violence, burglary, all of that mess. But now Chi and the crew is on the way. Yeah, we got to clean up. Hurry up before Mama and them get home, y'all. So here we go. Let's see what else he got to say about this whole thing.
We've been having different conversations. Anytime you put on an event, by definition, you have people over your house. You're going to clean up the house. You have 21 world leaders. You got tens of thousands of people coming from all around the globe. What an opportunity to showcase the world's most extraordinary place.
Why now? Why right now, Gavin the nuisance? Now, see, this should be a campaign ad just in case nuisance try to slide in and undercut Joe at the last second. That's what it should be. It should be a campaign ad. Gavin Newsom only cares about Americans when global leaders are visiting the country. And played this clip. That's because it's true. And so now he's talking about, yeah, when Chi and the crew is coming, man, we got to clean this mess up. But when nobody's visiting, you keep your joint horrible. This man does not care about any one of those people in his whole city on multiple levels. In that city, rather, or the whole state, really. Because if you think about it, you got all of these crazy behind policies that make life more difficult to live in out in California. And he says or does nothing about it. You got folks allowing crime to run rampant in the cities. You got them removing laws that usually would punish people when they go in and steal stuff. But hey, as long as they keep it under like $800 or something, they're good. And it terrorizes the regular citizens. It moves businesses out of California. It drives people out of California. And it puts the people who stay in danger. And all of this is done on his watch. And he says nothing about it. Nothing about it. Then if you go to visit California, you got to sit there and hold your breath while you're eating, because you might smell human feces somewhere. I'll never forget, about 4 years ago, when this crap started getting highlighted, I'm sitting there going through some stuff, and somebody sent me a picture out in California. It was a black dude laying in the middle of the street in a fetal position, pants halfway down, and was boo-booing in the middle of the street. Sleep. How do you boo-boo in your sleep? How do you take a dookie in the middle of the street sleep? He was up there and it was just oozing out. He probably didn't even know what's coming out. And I looked in the background and it was people at a restaurant. There's a fancy, nice restaurant outside. They're all sitting there eating. And I'm thinking, if that was me, I couldn't focus on my food. That guy that was sitting there, he didn't even look. He was sitting there with his girlfriend just talking. If that was me, you would have saw me in the background like, am I the only one who sees that dookie in the middle of the street? But that's how bad it is. People have just gotten used to it. Oh, well, that's just them. That's his bathroom. It's his bathroom out there. Hopefully they don't run him over in the bathroom. Unbelievable. But that was California. And it still is, really. Because you know once Chi and the crew leaves, all right, bring back the homeless. So let's see what he's talking about. Because he said, visit San Francisco, one of the greatest places on the planet.
San Francisco.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, what is this? What kind of drug makes you do that? That is unbelievable. I don't even know what that is. What drug makes you just bend over in the L position like that? You would think if you're that drugged up, you would just fall over on your face, but not these people. They just stay in that position. It's unbelievable, like they're in a coma or something. Look at this. What is that? What is that? How can you just stand there, all of them in the same position? Does the drug make you just bend over like that and stand there for hours? That is unbelievable. I mean, if somebody knows what type of drug this is that these people are taking that causes this right here, I really sincerely want to know. Because I've seen people take all kind of drugs. You might start off bending down like that, but what happens is you normally just fall down. Not these folks. They just stand there with the pants halfway down and bent over. This is ridiculous, man. But that's San Francisco. Look at that. Look at that. I don't even see. I mean, thank God I'm not homeless or just was not. I was blessed enough to make good choices to avoid this right here. I mean, this right here is sad to look at, but what burns me up is they didn't want to do nothing about these people until some dignitaries are on the way. It highlights the ruling class. It highlights the fact that the Democrats are all this, but no action. No action. So now these people are sitting here knocked out on the street, but not just sleep. You could tell that's that drug sleep. That's what that is. It ain't one of those, oh, I just need to take a nap. When you're sleep sitting up like this, that's a drug sleep. I'm going to tell you, some of y'all know the story, but years ago, I got locked up over the weekend for something I didn't do. Had to wait until Monday when the judge came in, only to find out, oh, we're sorry, Mr. Kevin, we made a mistake. But I didn't get my time back. You took 2 days of my life. But nonetheless, while I was in there, they put me in there. And it was, at first I was in the cell with a whole bunch of guys sitting there mad over there minding my business. And you could tell there were so many of these people that were so used to this life that they were in there just sleeping on top of each other like puppies. I can't even sleep on like the concrete. I can't sleep. I ain't gonna sleep on no bitch unless I have to. But I ain't gonna sleep on that stuff normally. I'm sitting up wide awake for like a day and a half, and there were people just sleeping on the hard concrete floor like this was common. I'm like, how can you get comfortable? Your neck gotta be in a crick. Unbelievable. So I just sat up, leaning up against the wall for like a day and a half straight until they released me. And these people are sleeping outside on the concrete. Boy, probably don't even know they're on the concrete at this point. The drugs, man, so deep, they like, it feels like a bed to me. Unreal. And Gavin Newsom's. Look at that. Oh, but wait. Before and after Chi, is that the same place? Is that the same place, y'all? Oh, well, look at that.
But our biggest...
Wow. Now, isn't that odd that they found a way to clean up the joint when Chi is on the way? They didn't think about that prior. Unreal. So we got zombies living out in California. There's pooping and peeing in the streets. We got drugs, needles all over the place. We got homeless, some of them drug homelessness. I'm sure there's probably veterans out there just struggling. And this fool comes out there and says, yeah, it's true. We're going to clean up the joint because we got company coming. And people still vote for these people. California, man, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. But now let's move on because Joe's in trouble too. And people are starting to panic. Not only are the Democrats starting to panic, but their voters, the ones that's radical and supports Joe Biden, they concerned too. And they're going to voice their opinion on my show. And I'm going to have to let them have it. Starting off with this lady with the big eyes.
The swing voter is our base, who won't swing to Donald Trump or a Republican. But
you hear that? She said the swing voters are our base. They won't swing to Donald Trump or a Republican. Is she kidding me? Maybe she's not looking at the polls. The swing voters are already swinging our way. So I don't know what she's talking about.
But they will swing right onto the couch if they don't think that it's worth their time.
And I'm okay with that
Nobody's paid them attention, or they're being ignored or taken for granted.
Well, of course they're being ignored and taken for granted, as we just saw Gavin Newsom come out and make a confession. That, yeah, man, we only cleaning up because we got visitors coming. Of course they're being ignored. Of course they're being ignored when we look over there in Chicago and you got Mayor Brandon Johnson / Conehead over there just telling people, shut your mouth, stop protesting, and let these illegal immigrants get shoved into your schools and your neighborhoods. Of course they feel like they're being overlooked. All you got to do is go right up to New York and look at all the people complaining about the homelessness, even the mayor, until the FBI decided to open up a case. They kind of made him start saying, okay, you know what? Yes, I'm still looking at the homeless situation, but I'm no longer going to blame the White House and President Biden unless they lock me up like they do all their other political opponents. That's what's happening. Here she's talking about that if they feel like they're being overlooked. Of course.
They won't vote, and we know what happens when that happens. It's 2016 all over again.
People are even suggesting other options other than the two-party system.
What?
But oh wait, you don't know about any of that because your genre of people are too busy trying to stir up drama and too intellectually lazy to look up why people may not want to vote or may not want to vote Democrat or Republican. How about we do some learning before we actually speak?
School us, young boy. School us there, young boy. Let's see what the young boy have to say.
Thank you.
Well, hello, Clay. I don't feel like bullying nobody's child today, but let me check you real quick. I have never used...
You're not going to check anybody with that going on right there. You're not going to check anybody, okay? But let's see what he got to say. Here we go.
My platform to tell somebody what they got to do, or threaten somebody, or make them feel like a bad person because they voted or didn't vote. That is your business. If you don't want to vote, that's your business. I don't pay your damn bills. If you want to sit your ass at home and eat honey buns, that is your business, and you have every right as an American citizen to throw your vote away, or even vote third party if that's what you choose to do. But since we're talking third party, let's talk about viability. Third parties don't have an option, don't have an ability.
Now y'all see this young boy trying to school us? That's your business. Let me tell you something about the third party. If you want to, see if we're going to talk about that. Slow down, okay, and go ahead and present your argument so I can blow it up.
Winning a general election. So when you throw that vote away to the third party, you are letting Republicans win by default. And my real question is, do Republicans, do they align with your better interests? Do they align with your policies? Do they align with anything you agree with? I don't think so.
What?
Even though I may not agree with everything Democrats are doing, they align most to...
So he must have, well, honestly, I'm assuming all the people to watch his channel or TikTok channel or whatever, they're probably all liberal. They're probably all radicals. And we know what's going on right now with Joe Biden and his voters. They're being split in half because some of them are so radical that they're saying, hey, Joe, you need to go ahead and push a ceasefire over there in Palestine. And then you got the other half saying, nah, I support Israel. And it's splitting. It's splitting them all up. It's making a lot of them say, we ain't even voting for you. But if they're not going to vote for him, then who are they going to vote for? Now, frankly, I don't care who they vote for as long as they don't vote for him. I would rather them just, if they're going to be that radical, don't vote. Just stay at home. And this is what this guy's trying to say. He's trying to say, look, if you vote, if you don't vote, basically, you're going to go ahead and let Trump win. And if you vote for a third party, you're going to take votes away from President Biden, which I don't think he's going to have any problem with votes being taken away from him. I don't think he's going to get them. See, but then again, we got a lot of ghosts that vote. Y'all ain't never seen them voting ghosts. Y'all ain't never seen those. Yeah, man. rise up out of that casket just to come down and vote for Democrats. But let's finish hearing him complain about a third party.
My policies, because I know that I have the ability to use my voice and my platform to move them more left and make them think more progressively. Now, when we're talking about Democrats and you're so mad at corporate Democratic shields, this, the, and the other, and all these other things, my question is, are you voting in the primary against the opponent that actually is more progressive and actually put them in the general so they can win to be sent to Congress who actually align with your views?
Now, what kills me is these people out here, this young man, he seems like he follows politics a little bit, but he's progressive. Now, what is his ideal of progressive? See, this is the problem. They just stop at these superficial, stupid issues that really is not going to prevent our country from going over the deep end of liberalism and progressivism. They're not looking at the big stuff. They're not looking at globalism. They're not looking at tyranny, how these people are positioning themselves to lock down our whole country and take us into a either communist country, a fascist country, or whatever you want to call it, a dictatorship. They're driving us towards that. This person is probably just talking about issues like gay rights, trans rights, stuff like that. Stuff that these people distract guys like this with, let you run around putting out little fires, talking about, what the indigenous people, and we need to make sure women's reproductive rights are taken care of. While these folks are playing the long game, they're looking at that as small fish. Let y'all fight amongst yourselves over that crap. While we set up global domination and control over the population. Set it up to where we can control your money. Set it up we control your lifestyle. Set it up to where we can lock you down at the turn of a switch because you don't like what we're doing. Oh, you don't like that? Well, you know what? We control your money now. You know what? We control transportation now. You know what? We'll come get your guns. You know what? We control the food supply. This fool is only thinking in the context of progressive, stupid social issues. That's all he's thinking about. Not looking at the bigger game. So yeah, listen, he's all serious and passionate about it. He's trying to convince people y'all need to vote for Biden.
Align with your issues. Do you vote in a primary? When the last time you vote, babe? I want to know.
Kara.
No, he shouldn't. Why should he pull out? I mean, for a loser, he's winning an awful lot.
What?
And it's not just this election. It was in all over the country. Every election we've had, they keep winning.
Who is she talking about? Let me look around. Is she talking about Joe Biden? She said he's been winning a lot. He's been getting beat up by the steps, beat up by the Easter Bunny. Unbelievable. Here she is talking about something. He's been winning.
And if you're not asking these questions about Donald Trump, who wanders around like a fatuous popinjay all the time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, CNN. Oh, see, lucky this segment isn't going to focus primarily on CNN. I'm getting to MSNBC in a second. But boy, listen to this chick, man. They are still trying to drag that corpse across the finish line.
And you don't say he's in trial during most of the campaign season. No one says, should he quit? No one says that.
I think he should quit.
Well, okay, you do, yes. But I'm just saying it's not the same discussion that's happening.
For sure, because Donald Trump isn't the president and
Sure.
Joe Biden is. And I completely disagree with you on this idea that he's going around winning. The governor in Kentucky barely mentioned his name at all. The candidates running in Virginia didn't mention his name. They're trying to distance themselves from him. He is unpopular.
Man. Did he just assault this lady on TV? That's what I'm just wondering. How'd they mess this up? Who booked this guy on CNN? He shouldn't be talking like this. Don't they vet these people? I thought, all right, now when you get on there, I don't want to hear you talking bad about Creepy Sleepy, okay? Did you just call him Creepy Sleepy? Yeah, I watched this guy named Kevin from Kevin's Corner. He's hilarious. He talks about Joe Biden all the time. Calls him Creepy Sleep. It's funny. But we can't say that here, though. We can't say that. When you get out there, make sure you see. So this guy gets out there and he blows her up. He blows her up like, he's unpopular. Even his own folks. When he went up there to, where was it, Arizona? I mean, the whole staff bounced. Okay, y'all, we got to go. All right, now, hey, girl, you in charge for about 2 days until Joe leave. We're out. Yet here she is talking about he's winning.
He's very
That
unpopular.
happens every single election season. The incumbent often doesn't have long coattails, and the down ballot tends not to try and, hitch themselves to that wagon. So
They're trying to make sense out of nonsense, and you just can't do it. See, you got to just come in and wreck nonsense. Don't try to make sense out of it, just wreck it. So here she is. That happens to everybody, but now they got another sensible guy about to come in.
So I don't know why Joe Biden is getting such short shrift.
This is great for Republicans, by the way. I mean, have at it, have him run again. But the truth is that this is unique. When you look at Barack Obama, his polling was much, much stronger during his first term. Even when things got dicey, it was in response to news events. With President Biden, this has been weakness from the very first year of his presidency.
Oh, she don't want to hear that. She don't want to hear it because it's true. That's why when they told me 81 million votes, I almost burst a kidney. Like, you got to... Somebody really believe that? Are you kidding? He's the most popular president of all time. Yes, they are shoveling short. Unbelievable. But they said this dude the most popular president of all time. Maybe folks didn't look at that campaign trail that he was on when he was running most of the time out of the basement. But when they would drag him out of the dungeon and sling him out on some set, there's about 3 or 4 people. Yeah, they use nothing but that bootleg pandemic to justify why he couldn't even draw in 50 people. Well, they are social distancing, and the Biden voters are very conscious about safety. That's why they're not coming out. That's what they were using. So he doesn't motivate or inspire anybody to come out. The only inspiration is, we hate Trump.
As Jill Stein has announced she's running again today, it just seems that people either don't like Joe Biden, don't like the Democrats, but they should love democracy, and that is what Democrats actually bring to the table.
What did he just say? That man just said that they don't like the Democrats, they don't like Joe Biden, but they should love democracy. Because that's what the Democrats bring to the table. We're about to discover their brand of democracy in a second, okay? So now let's get into it, man. MSNBC. They done went full-blown Trump derangement syndrome. And sometimes, I watch this just to see what the propaganda is of the day. And the propaganda is on a whole nother level. You're right. Beaker is up here. Y'all see Beaker? So Beaker up here with his chick, Mika. Beaker and Mika up here, and they're going to bring up some garbage. You could tell the acting is horrible. You could tell that this is all forced, and the whole segment is such overkill that we're right over the target. Bombs away. Trump's right over the target. And they are pure 100 short talkers. So now they're going to bring all these other short talkers on, and they are going to be pushing this narrative that is so crazy that I had to marvel. I had to make a whole live stream about it. I was like, are they really? It was scary about this is 1, the projection. 2, the hypocrisy. 3, the narrative is so dangerous to push into the heads of just completely ignorant citizens that if they buy into this, what would this do to the country? So let's go ahead and see their last-ditch effort to save Joe Biden's presidency and destroy Donald Trump. They are scared to death, y'all. That means we're right over the target. So bombs away. Let's get it.
Bobby Kennedy Jr. doing well. He's at 19%. Hasn't really gotten that much out there. I mean, and I'm starting to hear more and more talk.
Because they
about
protect
him.
democracy.
Are we going to actually
Democrats.
have a challenge here?
I'm trying not to laugh, Joe. There's not going to
Wait,
be.
can I stop you for a second?
Yes.
Do you know how many people said the same thing about Donald Trump in 2015 on this show?
Except I
said
will
the
note,
same exact thing.
Yes, because there was going to be a Republican primary. But I really think that the mealy-mouthed Democrats, as I like to call them, and some of my progressive friends who would like to live in a fantasy land, they need to come back to reality. And the reality is this. The sitting president of the United States of America is a Democrat that would like to run for re-election.
A Democrat? Did she say Democrat? Because that's all he is. He's a Democrat. So that Democrat she's talking about is Joe Biden. And what's killing me is she is suggesting that they shouldn't even have a primary. What? We just heard that black guy. Say that the Democrats protect democracy. Does that sound like democracy?
So much so that he has declared a re-election campaign. In that case, the Democratic National Committee will not facilitate a primary process. There will be no debate stage for Bobby Kennedy, Marianne Williamson, or anyone else.
So we're going to have another Bobby Kennedy in an empty chair in the debate, right?
There will be no debate.
There will be no debate.
The Democratic National Committee administers the debates, and they're not going to set up a primary process for debates for someone to challenge the head of the Democratic Party.
Well, look at that, guys. Look at all that democracy spreading. Y'all see all of that stuff? So hypocritical, it's unbelievable. That black guy had the nerve to be like, no, well, what they will vote for is people who love democracy. And that's what the Democrats, they love democracy so much that they won't even let anybody get up there and debate or challenge Creepy Sleepy because they know he can't debate. They know he will get dusted by anybody. So they are protecting this dude, talking about some democracy. That's how they handle democracy. You know how they handle democracy? Trying to eliminate Donald Trump from being on the ballot. Now that's democracy right there. They're trying to get some raggedy bootleg judges to make sure Donald Trump can't even be on the ballot. And they're talking about democracy. So yes, let's eliminate all of our competition. Ask Bernie Sanders about that democracy when they robbed him with Hillary and then made him drop out when Joe ran the last time. But they're talking about democracy. Unbelievable, man.
That Jill Stein has just announced that she will be running for president again in 2024 as an independent. For those of you who don't know who Jill Stein is, she is the infamous Green Party candidate that ran for president in 2016, siphoned voters away from Hillary Clinton, and allowed Donald Trump to become president. So
now see, when you see these people making these videos, they really believe they know what the heck they're talking about. Yeah, they're passionate about it. This is funny. These are the MSNBC watchers right here. These are the people that just inhale and ingest all of that propaganda down their throats. Do you really think Hillary lost because of Jill Stein? She lost because she was a garbage, and I mean pure 100% hot garbage candidate. Dumpster juice type candidate. But he's blaming everybody but Hillary.
Flash forward to 2023, Donald Trump is running for president again, and Jill Stein is doing the exact same thing.
Why? What's her motive?
My question is, why? Why is she running when she knows she can't win?
You can't win. So this man is like, don't even run. Well, I know why some of the Republicans are running on our side. I mean, it's dumb. But for her, I can legitimately see why Democrats would run against Joe Biden. Because he sucks. They know that this dude ain't going to make it the distance. In my opinion, all of the Democrats should be running against Joe. It should be like 1,500 different candidates right now running. With us, there's no reason for our Republicans to be running against Trump. We already done made our declaration. We're like, look, man, y'all can go out and entertain us. Y'all can go out there and waste your time. Maybe it's a campaign situation. We just want to bring money in. I don't know. But you're wasting your time. We're all supporting Trump for the most part. But when it comes down to the Democrats, this guy's like, I don't see why she's running. Like she should. Are you kidding me? She's able to recognize y'all got a garbage candidate. And there he is. Why is she running?
And the reason I know she knows she can't win is because she only scored 1.07% of the popular vote back in 2016.
Probably Joe too.
I ask again, why is she running if she knows she can't win? Well, I think the obvious answer is because she wants to sabotage the Democrats and let Donald Trump coast his way back into a second term. I mean, there's no other explanation or rationale for someone who gets one.
How about the simplest explanation? See, this guy went way over the top, deep into she wants to sabotage Donald Trump. And I mean, sabotage Joe Biden and make Donald Trump president. Do you really think That's what she's doing. You Democrats don't do stuff like that. You get Republicans to do some crap like that, but Democrats don't do that. But here's this guy. He's making sense out of that nonsense right here in his head.
Vote to throw their hat in the ring. Maybe she's funded by GOP backers or foreign adversaries. I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Wait a minute.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Angus here. And this ain't nothing more than trying to siphon votes away from Biden.
What the?
That's all this is about. They know they have a toxic agenda, a toxic party. They know that America is rejecting it. I mean, look what happened 2 days ago. They got their
Yes, man. That's right, man. It's me, Bob, the stereotypical white nationalist Trump supporter. What this boy doing right there, man? That boy right there dressed like a white nationalist. Well, he ain't talking like no white nationalist. Got the nerve to have that big old beard hanging down on his face, man. And that, what is that thing? I don't know what that thing is. He look like he got some type of fake mullet hanging off the back of his head. That ain't no mullet, man. And white nationalists don't sport no dang on Joe Biden and stuff, man. We want to make our country white again. Yeah, whiter than that big Snow White beard you got there that's mixed with dinginess. That's what that is, boy. Ain't no real white nationalist. Let's finish here what this boy got to talk about.
is handed to him across the country. And in Mississippi,
look, that boy don't even know how to say things. No, Mississippi. No, Mississippi. That's what you're supposed to say, boy. Mississippi. I'm talking about Mississippi.
Immediately, there were ballot shortages in the predominantly black districts. Well, wasn't that convenient?
What this boy doing talking about some black folks? Who gives a thing about the blacks and the Aborigines and the Latinos and the Jebusites and the Hittites and all of them folks? We don't care nothing about them folk, man. We don't care about our pure white as snow white folks. Got nervy down there pretending to be a white national.
They know they have no shot at ever gaining the popular vote again. So the only thing they have left to do is throw out these third-party candidates backed by Republican money to do the same thing they did to Hillary in 2016.
Hillary? Man, what this boy talking about some dang on Hillary? Somebody go get me some scissors so I can cut that billy goat beard off this boy's face, man. Out there pretending to be a white nationalist supporting that dang on Joe Biden. We don't like that, man. God bless you now. Only if you're white. And not this kind of white. This ain't the good white right there. That's the stupid white. God bless you. Only if you're white. So y'all hear this fool out here? I don't know where he's from, but boy, he's dumb. I don't know where he's from, but boy, he's dumb. Let's finish hearing him.
We're going to siphon just enough votes in a few key districts to where we can gain the electoral college advantage. Okay. That's all this is about.
That's all this
We're a bunch of cowards. Too stupid to get rid of Trump. Too
stupid to get rid of Trump. What are you talking about? The Republican Party now. Too stupid to get rid of Trump.
Billionaires who want, keep taxes, don't want to pay taxes.
Oh man, he is so. Oh, my audio. What? Wait a minute. No, don't tell me my audio was messed up. Oh man. Let's see if that fixes it. Oh man, see now I'm gonna have to upload that clip right there. Can y'all hear me now? Let me go and check. Oh, somebody said I sound like it could be YouTube. I think that might be YouTube. Still not fixed? Still not? All right, let's see something there. Y'all do with me? Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Good? I'm coming back? Good? Okay, better? There you go. Okay, good. All right, much better. Man, when did it start breaking up? When did the audio go bad? What did it go bad while I was doing Bob, y'all? Did I go bad while I was if it did, I got the backup plan because I'm also recording it from over here on on Facebook. So I'll definitely 60 seconds ago. So I'll definitely put that up after Bob. Okay, good. Okay, at least we slid Bob in, gave him a cameo appearance. But anyway, I don't know where they get these people from, man. I just do not know where they get these folks from. So here's the last person before we get into the craziness of MSNBC.
Everybody entering the race at this point is 1, seeking clout, 2, trying to push Donald Trump closer to the White House, and 3, does not care about America or its people.
Wow.
Because all you're going to do is split more votes, pull votes away from the Democratic Party.
They're so delusional. They don't care about American people. So you got to vote to protect democracy. You got to vote for the party that is over the globe, letting people come in from all over the globe. Unbelievable.
And you don't care about us because everybody knows that a third party is not going to win. Jill Stein did this in 2016. She is part of the reason that Hillary lost. Hillary lost for numerous reasons. She ran a great campaign.
What? Yeah, she ran a great campaign. And even Bill told her, listen, Hill, you might want to go back up to Michigan. This doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. She didn't believe him. Took it to the chin. Couldn't come out on the stage that night. Then disappeared. Was out of the force. With that move, that circus did on. Out there looking up at the trees, wondering about old. And here she is. She ran a good campaign. Unbelievable, man. These people.
But the Bernie Bros were pissed at Hillary. So,
oh, man, the audio is screwed up again. I'm going to try something. And I want to see if this works. I'm doing some shooting. I want to see if it's my mic, because I got 2 mics, or it's YouTube. Okay, so I put another mic in. Can y'all hear me now? Because if it's not better, now I got to go over here to Facebook and make sure y'all can hear me. So can y'all hear me? Somebody say she hears me just fine. This mic is better? Okay. All right. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to go and buy me another mic, man. I'm getting sick of this mess. So maybe it was the mic. I'm not sure. All right. Because last time it was YouTube. I was up there blaming the mic and it ended up being YouTube. So hearing you great. Okay. So I'm good over here on Facebook and I'm good. Maybe this mic just don't like that phone. I don't know. Burns me up though. So now let's get back to this stupid lady here talking about some Hillary Clinton ran a great campaign.
They either protest voted, didn't vote at all. And then Jill Stein came on the scene, and because there were lots of women who wanted to vote for a woman but didn't want to vote for Hillary because they didn't like what they had heard about Hillary, even though Hillary's been right this whole fucking time.
What? Hillary's been right this whole time? You mean right about coming up with that fake phony dossier? Unbelievable, man. Hillary's been right this whole time. Right about what?
Cast their vote for Jill Stein, and Jill Stein pulled a great deal of votes away from Hillary. A great deal. Please do not vote for her again.
Well, here we go, y'all. Look at these 2 puppets back. All right, so here's Beaker and Mika trying to suggest that Joe Biden is the better candidate, even though he's 113 years old. Here we go.
Together, and the thing is, this is the most. I'm going to lose it. Literally, I'm going to lose it.
Did she say that he brought the world together?
Again.
He's brought this world together, and the thing is, this is the most.
Oh, he brought the world together by breaking it up. Brought the world together by ripping our country apart. Not only that, he's bringing all the world together at our southern border. That's the only thing he's brought together. That's the only thing he's brought together. Everything else he's burst apart. Unreal, man. Chaos over in the Middle East. China's running around acting a complete fool. She's talking about he's brought the world together. What he has done, though, is brought a lot of Trump supporters together and a lot of folks in the middle together. They like, well, man, this cat, y'all done really showed us how crazy these folks were. It's crazy what these folks are trying to push. Here we go.
I'm going to lose it. Literally, I'm going to lose it. Like, they bring
you
up
already
his
lost
age. They bring up his age. He's 80 years old. He makes jokes about his age. And yet he's working on every level, foreign and domestically.
Oh, man. This is rich. Yet he's working on every level, foreign and domestically. Did you not see him out there? Couldn't salute the reefs over in England? Don't know the process, hands all on the king. Being guided alone all over the place. He was up there doing that press conference and he's supposed to shake, I forget what his name was, and the president was just like, let's get out of here. Maybe she doesn't, she's relying solely on that low IQ voter. But if they're digesting this, they'll be on TikTok later supporting Joe Biden. Here we go.
And then are you making the argument? Is one making the argument that he's 80, therefore a voter is going to vote for Donald Trump? Like that's the choice?
Yes, absolutely. Joe's not a regular 80. That dude, right? Walk, can't run. And she's talking about, do you really got to make that just absolute 100%? So they are going over the top. They're doing everything they can to convince people that Trump's dangerous, Joe's the better option. Okay, forget what you directly can feel when it comes down to the policies and the decisions from this administration, how it hurts your lifestyle, your way of living, all of that stuff. Forget that. Just buy into this concept that Trump is this evil person that's about to do all the stuff there you're about to hear right here. And it is rich. They are not going to hold back one bit of propaganda. They're about to go full-blown Trump derangement syndrome. Here we go.
Donald Trump is 77, and even when he was in office, he had executive time where he just listen to this. Off the room.
Sorry about the sound. I couldn't get a clean copy of it. So now he's trying to say when Trump was in office, it was times he would sit and sit in a room where he would just trying to make up anything, trying to say what else can we come up with to throw out there to try to make it appear that Donald Trump was incompetent. He was up in the Oval Office doing nothing. All right, hold on. I'm turning the Wi-Fi back on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna have no buffering going on, dang on it. We done already dealt with the mic. Now I gotta deal with the buffering. Somebody remind me tomorrow to call Spectrum. I'll be like, hey, what's the most powerful internet you got? Okay, yeah, I need a double dose of that one. Can't be having my stuff buffered. Now, so you hear him trying to piece together anything to sling onto the wall. He was in, now Trump slept about 3 hours a night. That man outworked everybody in the Oval Office. And here this fool is up there, Trump out there, set.
He would watch cable news around the clock, where Biden is working around the clock on foreign policy. Economically.
Wow. Biden's working overtime around the clock on foreign policy that's getting worse. That is putting us in a bad position. That makes, thank you. Somebody said, prove it. That's all you got to do. Prove it. They're just saying stuff, man. Because the folks that we just saw on TikTok is going to be going, yeah. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but I'm sure he's doing something. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Sleepwalking. Thank you. Full-blown sleepwalking. Over there all the time. Not enough. Mr. President. What? Ice cream? Where? Oh, yeah. So here we are. This is why they want a piece of Trump right here. Here we go.
We're going to win with the economy. What? We're going to win with military. Yeah. We're going to win with health care for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. Yeah. We're going to win more.
Yeah, you get some winning, you get some winning, and you get some winning. I don't know about y'all, but I like winning. I don't like losing. Under Trump, we was winning all over the place. We won against Mexico. Just talking about, no. We don't want these people to come back. We're not going to give you any troops on the southern border. Yes, you will. When we hit you with these tariffs. Okay, Mr. Trump, we'll be glad to give you those people. And all of those countries down there with MSNBC, we won with them. We won with China. We won with dang on Russia, North Korea, Iran. We were winning. Businesses coming back. It was great. The only problem was these funky Democrats and these rhinos and the stupid population that allowed people like MSNBC and CNN to divide the country and paint Trump as this monster in spite of all of the wonderful things that was happening in our country. We were winning on the border. Unreal. So now, since Trump is talking about winning, they don't like that. They like to see us weak. They like to see us lose. They like to see the country divided. They like to see us vulnerable. They like to see us in unnecessary wars. They like having a deep state run our country. They like that stuff. Because see, this is a deep state operation network. And you're going to know why once you hear the stuff that they're saying now.
So the Trump campaign is trying to downplay alarming comments made by the 2024 Republican frontrunner over the weekend.
Here we go.
Which echoed the words of 20th century fascists on social media. And then later at a rally on Saturday, Trump vowed to, quote, root out his perceived political enemies, who said, live like vermin within the... That's what he said.
Live like vermin within the country? Confines of our country? Sometimes the definition actually fits. But let's go ahead and finish hearing their spin on this. Because you know, they're going to take anything that Trump say and connect it to what? Nazism, Hitler. There it is.
Live like vermin within the confines of the country. That's his quote. In a statement to the Washington Post afterwards, a campaign spokesperson hit back at those drawing parallels between Trump's words and the words of dictators by using more extreme language.
Now here we go. When in doubt, bust out the Hitler card. Bust out the Mussolini, the Mao, the Stalin. Any evil person you could think of. Somebody said I should do a video on all of these rhinos. They want a list of them. I think I will. So let's finish hearing this latest propaganda push.
He told the Post, quote, those who try to make that ridiculous assertion are clearly grasping for anything, and their entire existence will be crushed when President Trump returns to the White House.
Wait a minute. I want to hear the rest of that statement. Those who try to make that ridiculous assertion are clearly snowflakes. She left that out. Snowflakes grasping for anything because they are suffering from what? Trump derangement syndrome. There you go. See, this person who put this quote out there, Mika left those keywords out because she's suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. And their entire existence will be crushed when Trump returns to the White House. Now, that means your whole life. It don't mean kill you. We all are smart enough to know what that means. Yeah, all of the propaganda, all of the bootleg crap, all of the undermining Trump's presidency, all of the deep state. See, their life revolves around controlling the minds of the population, controlling the people, controlling who gets in office and who doesn't. That's how they all stay in power. But if that gets blown up, that's their whole world. See, it comes crashing down. He's not talking about getting in office and saying, go ahead and drop a nuclear bomb on all of them. This is the far leap that they're trying to make because of the statement and comment. So let's continue though.
So just stop there.
Just stop there, yeah.
Their entire existence will be crushed when President Trump returns to the White House.
Well, that makes things better.
And Willie later on, he said, well, I meant sad existence, not entire existence. I mean, it's a distinction without a difference. But
yeah, well, I think, yeah, both are applicable because I understand the context. See, right now, this network's entire existence revolves around going after Trump. That's how they probably get the small little audience that they have left. That's all they do. It's just day in and day out going after Trump. They all revolve around Trump like he was the sun. And yet, if he wins, okay, and he does some of the things we're about to hear, it's going to blow them up. That's what it would do. What would they do without Trump? See, so let's go ahead and see.
I mean, how ridiculous that a guy comes out, a fat white pink boy, who's trying to talk tough for a fake populist.
Nothing about them is sincere. Nothing about their propaganda even feels or sounds natural. It is so contrived. It's so forced. The fat white guy comes out and he try to with a fake populist. Does he really think Trump's a fake populist? Did he not watch the UFC entry the other day? Well, you think he's just popular because of what? But they are trying to throw things out there that all of the evidence is contrary. And they don't even care. They have went full-blown prostitution.
Going around spreading hatred and trying to overturn American democracy.
Going around spreading hatred and trying to overturn American democracy. Full-blown. TDS, man. Full-blown. Going around spreading hatred like, you know what? The greatest threat to the homeland is extremism and white nationalism and ultra MAGA. You mean like that? Like calling folks deplorables? So here's this fool just reaching. They are desperate right now.
And his response to Trump,
really
grasping back at a Nazi reference from the 1930s, is to say these people that are criticizing him are going to have their entire existence crushed. I mean, are these where do you find people so vacant?
On MSNBC. On MSNBC. What are you talking about? We're looking at them. We're looking at them trying to concoction a narrative right now. Struggling to do it. Thinking methodically through it. The whole time, like, what else can I say? What else might sound like it's the worst thing in the world and all that stuff?
And just lacking any center, any core. They would talk about people's entire existences being crushed. Well, it's a job requirement.
You mean like y'all trying to crush Trump's entire existence? Trying to jail the man for nothing? 4 indictments, all these charges, going after his family, going after his business, and anybody close or associated with Trump. Trying to crush their whole existence. There were people whose lives were crushed because of the Democrats. Crushed because of the DOJ abusing their power. The dude, the leader of the Dango and Proud Boys, in jail for like 21 years. Crushed. These folks specializes in crushing their political opponents. And they don't care how many lives have to be destroyed to do it. Folks locked up because walking past the dang on Capitol. Stupid stuff like that. Lives crushed because of these fools. And here he is talking about something. How does that... Now listen to this, his sidekick. There's some more propaganda coming in.
As you know, to work for Donald Trump, all those things you just lay out, the obsequious echo exactly what he said. And in this case, it's not a reach. It's exactly the thing that Adolf Hitler said. He used the term vermin. So
oh, God, here we go. It's not a reach. It's the exact thing that Adolf Hitler said. That he used the term vermin. So I guess now you got to go back and watch all of Adolf Hitler's speeches. And any word that he might have used, you could never use that word again. So now here he goes. He's, talking about... I'm sure in the context he's thinking that Trump said that because that's exactly what he was doing. He's definitely comparing it to Adolf Hitler, and he said, yeah, let's go after all these vermins running around our country. Okay, so who are the vermins? Even if he did say that, who are the vermins he's talking about?
that's a statement of fact. And it's just playbook 101, right? For a dictator and authoritarian to dehumanize your opponents so that you can do things to them that then seem, at least to your supporters.
White nationalists, xenophobes, homophobes, phobophobes. This is the party that uses that tactic constantly. Why do you think Antifa feels like it's okay to jump out and beat people, kill people, attack folks, burn down stuff? Why do you think that? Why do you think Black Lives Matter? All of them feel that it's justified to do all of this stuff because they've been listening to y'all dehumanize Trump supporters for like 8 years. And here this fool is talking about that's what you do, you dehumanize people. By saying that they're domestic terrorists, perhaps? That's pretty dehumanizing when you start labeling Trump supporters as extremists and dangerous to your democracy. Unbelievable. Deplorables. So now this fool is like, yeah, there it is. There's the Hitler comparison. But we got a special guest that's going to come on NBC and blow him up.
Fair and just in some way because they're not human.
William, the entire fake extreme media, such as yourself, compared Trump to Hitler from the day he took office, and still do. Yet he didn't suppress his enemies while in office, and he conceded to the election. So if he's a dictator, he really sucks at being one.
That is so true. This guy, man, Dr. Twirly found this guy. He inserted himself in there. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I need to start making clips like that where I just come in. Like I'm a guest. Since they won't invite me on the show, actually, I'm going to have to insert myself on some of these shows, just like this guy. So there you have it. That guy came straight in and said, now what are you talking about? From day one, y'all been calling him Hitler, Mussolini, Mao. All of us are extremists. All of us are cult members. From day one, labeling us, dehumanizing us, to the point where the country's so divided where folks literally think that the greatest threat to the homeland is white nationalism. And this fool is up to talk about that. That's the MO for the Trump party. They all dehumanize their people. And then my man came in and said, if he's a dictator, he's the worst. You know why? Because Trump is the ones that wanted us to keep our guns. Now, that's a horrible dictator. Hitler wouldn't be proud of that. What are you doing? You don't want them to keep the guns? Then they'll be able to fight back. Give the guns. They would be mad. Yeah, freedom of speech. Big proponent of freedom of speech. She would be upset. What are you doing? Don't let your people say whatever they want to say. They would be upset. But yet Trump let all of that go on. But he's a dictator and all of that stuff. What else?
Now, I wonder why you weren't outraged when the current president, Joe Biden, said that MAGA is an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy.
Yeah, where were y'all? Where were y'all? Where was Joe and Mika making up stuff then? Nothing to say about that though, right? And shortly after that speech, a young man was ran over by a dude who was talking about, I thought that he was one of those extremists. One of those radicals that Joe Biden probably was up there talking about. MAGA, dangerous threat to the homeland.
That's half of the people of the country, and he still uses that label to this day. And again, no outrage when Biden's Department of Justice labeled dozens of parents protesting pornographic books and the transgender agenda forced to their kids.
You tell them, brother. No outrage. Parents that probably were not even conservative, but just didn't want their kids being forced to adopt this doctrine. And yet they were thrown in a category as domestic terrorists. Whistleblowers up there like, yeah, man, they made me go sit in a parking lot and start taking down names and numbers and stuff. All right, let's see what's this license plate. This woman seemed to not want her kid to be transitioned at 7. Stuff like that. You go ahead, brother. I'm loving this guest. They need to have more guests like this on MSNBC.
As a terrorist threat. Trump himself, his allies, and his supporters are being hunted by Biden's FBI and DOJ one by one right now. So my question is, what the f*** are you smoking?
Boy, they smoking a lot of that TDS. That's what they're doing. They up there like, no doubt, no doubt. Huh? What? No, well, the show's back. Okay, hold on for a second. And the latest news, the white nationalism and Trump is the worst and all of that stuff.
They respond to Trump and they look back at Trump's presidency and said, hey, my wages were higher, inflation was lower, we weren't at wars all over the place. Maybe the guy's a jerk, but he's a badass and the world fears him. And so
He's a badass? All he does is complain about people.
All he does is complain about people. For no reason. No reason. Just gets up and goes out there. You know what? Let me see who I can complain about. He complains about his enemies. He complains about the unjustified attacks on him. He complains about the corruption that's all around us. The same complaints that I have every day. Every day when I do my show, I sit back and I say, what do you mean our borders blew out and mucus is responsible for it and the Republicans won't even impeach this fool? What do you mean? You know, China let a balloon fly over our country. What do you mean the Democrats are out there always pushing racism, sexism, xenophobia, and this and that while they destroy our economy? What do you mean? These are things that I complain about. And then when I see them attacking Trump for no reason and it's obviously politically motivated, I'm complaining about those same people too. Fannie, Fat Fannie, Queen Latifah up there in New York. You got Fat Albert up there. You got Jack in the Box. All of these folks that are abusing their power and coordinating it to attack Trump and interfere with the. I complain about it too. Trump's not the only one that comes out of the dang on courtroom and says this is junk, it's bootleg, this is corruption in there. I'm seeing it for myself, and all he does is complain about people. Leave him alone. Maybe he won't do that.
A whiny, vengeful, that's backward-looking billionaire.
A whiny, vengeful, backward-looking billionaire. MSNBC, man. Boy, they are swinging wild. They're like, I hope I hit something. So now he's just whining for nothing. They act like all of these attacks, that we don't even see them. We don't even recognize them. They're all warranted.
It's just not like our looking. Right, that's what we're looking. I want to take on the administrative state that's driven this country into the ground.
But he's not talking about taking on the administrative state to help people's lives. He's talking about going after the people that were mean to him.
Did you hear the fool? You hear this ginger-looking, very petite man right here? He's not talking about taking on the administration. Yes, it is, you idiot. Do you think I want the IRS walking around with guns? 80-something thousand of them with guns? Do you think I want that? Huh? Do you think I want the FBI coordinating with big tech to censor? Do you think I want that? You think I want them labeling me as a domestic terrorist or an extremist just because I get on the internet and criticize the government or a Democrat or whatever? You think I want that? And here he is talking about he's not taking on the administration. You think I want the dang on DOJ going after their political opponents and really highlighting that we don't have a republic at all because they make the decisions on who wins an election or not? You think I don't want a shut down, airtight, closed up border that don't allow almost 10 million illegal immigrants, which 1.8 million of them have gotten away and we don't even know who they are? 85,000 or so children missing. You think I don't want that? Trump will address all of that. And this fool thinks it's just so he can go after his political enemies. What a jerk. That's the best word I could come up with for now.
He says, I'm going to have the DOJ target Bill Barr because he was mean to me. I'm going to have the DOJ...
Just because he was mean to me, see? See the sarcasm, the downplaying of it, just because he was mean. No, because the fool knew that shenanigans was going on. And it's obvious because he comes out and tries to hate on Trump now. When they book him on these raggedy shows right here. He knew shenanigans was going on. He should have did more. But he was a mole.
Kelly because he turned on me. I'm going to have the DOJ target Jack Smith because he's coming after him. That's all he talks about. He doesn't talk about helping people.
Every person he mentioned, I'm going, I don't see what the problem is. You're telling me Jack in the Box is a legitimate prosecutor? Huh? You don't think he needs to be looked into? You act as if these people don't recognize the position that Trump is in. He is the leading candidate for the major party, one of the major parties. And they're talking about something, he's going after Jack and all that. These folks are being used to try to stop this man. So I get it. Yeah, it's Bannon. Bannon's about to go ahead and tell him something that they don't want to hear. Here we go.
That's not true. That's not true.
But here's my question. You have a MAGA lawyer likes to come on your podcast, Mike Davis. Here's what he suggested were the top priorities for Trump's Attorney General. 1, fire the deep state executive branch. 2, indict the whole Biden family. 3, deport 10 million people, kids in cages. It will be glorious. 4, detain people at Gitmo. 5, pardon every January 6th defendant. What do you think about that 5-step plan?
I think it's fantastic.
All 5?
All 5. We're going to start the largest deportation program in history. All 10 million must leave.
Yeah. Y'all hear that? My man gave it to him straight like, oh yeah, I think it's fantastic. And so do I. All 5 of those. This guy read those off there like they were bad things. Like any rational Trump supporter would hear that and be like, that's a little too far. Everything that he just read off, I'm going, yeah, good. Oh, he's going to deport 10 million people and have kids in cages. You mean like the ones that Obama had in cages? You mean like, the kids that Obama released in Ohio, being found in Ohio, a couple thousand of them to traffickers? You mean like that? Or how about all of the illegal immigrants right now that's sleeping outside in Chicago or up there in New York because y'all want to shuffle them in and pack them in? See, so you get MSNBC doing their best, and then we're going to get ready to come down the stretch with this last rich bit of propaganda from MSNBC suffering from TDS.
I mean, it's a choice. It is another line that's crossed, another time that it's shocking but not surprising. And again, I'm glad the White House is doing what they're doing. It makes sense. When somebody
do what?
Apes Adolf Hitler and apes Mussolini, Mussolini, when they lift words from 1930 fascist speeches focused at dehumanizing Jews.
You mean like deprogramming people? Stuff like that? Hillary Clinton, they need to be deprogrammed. Stuff like that. You know, saying that they're ultra-magic, a threat to democracy and extremists. And there multiple times y'all have declared that Trump was Hitler. Stuff like that. These folks, man, the prostitution is in effect.
When they talk about executing the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff because...
Did anybody hear Trump say that? When I get in office, I'm going to execute the Joint Chief of Staff. Told you, they pulling out all the stops. They're like, all right, man, we ain't got time to even pretend that we got some sense. We're going to go straight, full-blown, well over the top. Make it even hard to believe to people who might be liberal. People who might be suffering from a small dose of Trump derangement syndrome. These folks are going so far into this that even one of those people might be going, whoa, wait, what? Did he actually say that? Here we go.
Because he would not go along with a military coup. When they talk about...
Well, now, I mean, if he's found guilty for treason, he did. Now, see, remember, he's talking about a military coup. What military coup are you referring to, you fool? But, hey, Beaker don't care. He's there to spread propaganda.
About institutionalizing the second he's elected, and this was just yesterday, institutionalizing people at the Justice Department because they're pursuing investigations against him.
Legitimate investigations, Beaker? Huh? Not politically motivated ones? I mean, is there a difference between the two? So just because Trump is being investigated, he's going to go ahead and go after them? No. Everybody knows these are bootleg, raggedy, politically motivated investigations. And it undermines our republic. It messes up the trust that we have in our institutions. And here he is trying to legitimize it and say that Trump's just going to go after that because he don't like being investigated. 4 indictments, former president, 2 impeachments, all of that mess. But wait, he ain't done yet with the proper.
When he talks about terminating the Constitution of the United States of America.
Anybody hear him say that? Anybody? That one's a new one to me. I mean, all of this stuff that this dude's talking about. Do you see the embellishment that they are throwing on there?
Then yeah. I think Jonathan Lemire, the White House is really doing what we were talking about yesterday.
These folks, man, I don't see how they get up every day and do it, man. I mean, they got to get up and pretend to be mad every day, to pretend to be really concerned about our democracy, to really pretend to be outraged and scared of what would happen if Donald Trump gets into office. They got to pretend to be scared of it. They did it the first 4 years, pretending, knowing that Trump wouldn't do any of the things that they were saying he would do. He got into office, didn't do any of them, and guess what? They're running it back. It gets worse.
They're focusing on Donald Trump's words. Each one of these cases, institutionalizing people in the Justice Department that you don't...
Oh, you mean getting rid of deep state holdovers? Making sure these folks don't get in there and destroy our democracy from the inside out? Undermine our president? Leaking stuff every 2 or 3 seconds? Things like that? See, it could be that. FBI running rampant, CIA doing whatever they want. Yeah? Could it be things like that? Making sure that these folks don't have a lifelong term of destroying the country.
Don't like, and he makes that threat yesterday after lifting Hitler and Mussolini's words, what they used to describe Jews and other enemies of their fascist regimes. When he's talking about terminating the Constitution, when he's talking about doing all of these things, and when he has such extreme remarks on fallen soldiers, saying he doesn't respect them, he doesn't understand why. He calls men and women who gave their lives to the United States losers.
Lies. That's already been debunked. But he don't care. He's like, I'm going to say it anyway. Because my low IQ viewers, they don't care. They ain't going to go back and fact check me. They're not going to say, give me the context of that. They're not going to say, well, you know what? That sounds a little too extreme. I don't know if he would say that. Got to be more context to it. But this dude don't care. Neither does his bootleg chick sitting next to him. But they can't help it. They got Trump derangement syndrome. Here's some more.
Well, you know, it's a good thing he's bringing it out. And I just want to say, I want to underline again that I think it's Donald Trump's words that he's doing now. And, you know, he's got an old act. This is like Elvis 77. It's an old act. He's near the end. And so what does he do? All he can do.
Does this seem natural to y'all? Does this seem like these folks legitimately believe or feel this? It seems like they are patching it together as they go. They get the overall goal and objective. Go out there and vomit up whatever you can concoction to convince our viewers that this man is a danger, that he's evil. I don't care how extreme it sounds. I don't care how far out it sounds. Just take your time, and come up with everything you can throw out. And it seems like he's just methodically going through his head. What else could I say that might, let me go back to the soldiers. Let's go back to that lie.
Do is keep re-upping for the shock value.
Like they're doing. Re-upping for the shock value. Yeah, we can't just have, he said something about these people. Oh, yeah, don't forget the soldiers. What else can I come up with? Don't forget the shock value. Hypocrisy.
And he wants to re-up for the shock value, so we'll talk about him and other people will talk about him.
Listen to this.
What he doesn't understand is it's a double-edged sword.
Like what? Which
Those very words he's using are now being put together by a campaign that's going to beat him again. And they're going to beat him with his own words. And we
gotta hit him with the Jim Carrey laugh. The Ace Ventura. Like a laugh. All right, so now you see that fool? He's gonna beat him again, but his own words. He didn't beat him the first time. That's the bad part about that. And God forbid they pull off another mysterious victory the next time. We all would know what happened then too. They're trying it already, by using you fools to come out and push this stuff, and the Department of Justice to go ahead and interfere with our election, as y'all talk about. He's Hitler, he's going after all his political enemies and stuff. Not stopping to realize that Joe Biden is doing the exact thing that they're saying Trump would do right now. But it's justified. Just like when Democrats decide elections are stolen, that's okay. But when Republicans do it, they're insurrectionists.
We talked about abortion yesterday. Donald Trump bragging.
Oh, here we go.
I am the one
Listen to this.
who terminated Roe v. Wade. I am the one that killed a woman's right to choose what to do with her own body. I am the one that took.
Look at the way he's describing this, right? Now, all of these folks who are pro-life, he's just basically coming out and saying Trump's glad he attacked women. His motivation was that. It wasn't all of the millions of kids that are aborted. It wasn't that. Yeah, Trump was like, yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I want to go ahead and take away women's rights. And I want to go ahead and make sure that, listen to how he describes this, y'all.
Freedom away from your daughters, from your wives, from
taking freedom away from your daughters. This is unbelievable propaganda on a whole nother level. And then you get her piggyback. Yeah. That's horrible. Unbelievable. So now this guy said Trump took away freedom. I mean, you see the acting in there? freedom from your daughters, your wives. This is what he did. He took away all of that freedom that they could easily exercise if they're in a state that decides no abortions, then they can just go right to the next state. First Democrat state, get an abortion. But according to this guy, he took away all of that. What else?
From your loved ones. I am the one that crushed 50 years of freedom. I mean,
y'all hear that? But I am the one. He should be on stage somewhere in a New York theater, full blown, going Hamlet. I am the oneth that taketh away the freedometh. Your women, your children. Acting. That's all this is.
Look. Him bragging about doing all of that and leading little 10-year-old girls being raped by illegal immigrants and having to flee the state of Ohio.
Unbelievable. That one's such a low blow. It's dirty. It's stinking. This food just leaving 10-year-old girls in Ohio that was raped by illegal immigrants. As the Democrat Party encourages millions of people to send their children to our country to be trafficked, may get here, may not. When they get here, might be thrown into child labor. You know, we don't know. In fact, there's 85,000 of them missing right now. Not to mention the ones that died in the back of hot vehicles because, you know, they suffocated from the heat exhaustion. Don't forget the ones thrown over the walls and stuff into rivers and left out in the desert. And don't forget those. Don't forget all of those that are trafficked, sexually used for labor. Don't forget those. But this fool's talking about that 10-year-old who was raped by an illegal immigrant. Why was that illegal immigrant here? That's my question. Why was the illegal immigrant here? Because of the bootleg folks that you support, you big old nasty stinking thing, you. Let's get back to this before I lose my cool.
Because of what Donald Trump did, and he's bragging about that? Whoo-wee. Poor old guys have it.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a series of gaps, but I think it's a mistake to focus on the gaps. I think we got to focus on what he is telling us he intends to do.
What does he say?
To Jim's point, on a daily basis, Donald Trump is laying out what Trump 2.0 would be, and his praise of Orban. I mean, he may have gotten the presidents wrong, but the significance of that is not the gap. It's really his admiration, his deep
admiration. Now, this is going to be some rich, beautiful propaganda right here, y'all. First of all, somebody said I'm cooler than the Fonz. Thank you, man, because that's cool. Hey, all I need now is a jukebox to hit. Fonzarelli, Arthur Davis. All right, so now y'all really, this guy going to take it easy. He's like, hey, I'm going to one up y'all. I'm going to go even deeper than all of the bull crap y'all just slung up against the wall. Now here's some real shite on the way. Here we go.
Admiration, his ongoing admiration for the world's authoritarian thugs, his admiration for Chairman Mao, his admiration for President Xi and Vladimir Putin, his intent to turn the government.
This is not news. This is unreal. His admiration of the world dictators, the admiration of Mao and Xi and Vladimir Putin. Trump does not admire these folks. All he does is uses examples of these people to say they're smarter than our dummies. That's all he does. These are smart leaders. They might be evil, but they're smart. And this fool is trying to use that to say that this is admiration, labeling Trump as one, a traitor to his country, and two, a wannabe dictator. But he ain't talking about Creepy Sleepy and all of them that are rubbing elbows with Xi right now. All of that took money from Xi. He's not talking about that. He's not talking about, the little man chicken up there and dang on Canada locked his people down and locked out their bank accounts and shut down protests. And the Biden administration did not condemn it or say nothing. He didn't say nothing about what was going on down there in Australia when they were locking folks up in their concentration camps because they didn't want to get the shot. Yeah, he's not saying nothing about all that. He ain't saying nothing about what's going on over there in Ukraine with the little midget tattoo. Bring me some more money. He's not saying nothing about him throwing Christians in jail and shutting down, all of his stuff. That's what's killing me, rather. Somebody said something about the audio. He ain't shutting down none of that stuff. The monster is back. Let's see. Hold up. Here we go. Breaking up. Is it back? Talk to me. Is it back? Let's see. It's still thumbs down. No. I turned it off already. Okay, hold on. Choppy, sticky. Audio sucks. You not better. That's the internet service. That's what that is. Somebody said you're on fire on Facebook. Thank you. Halfway there. Go, okay. I'm trying to bring it back. Flipper. Ouch. Thumbs down still. Bit better. Just a little bit. Switch. Okay, wait. Let's see. Okay, somebody said it was better. Wait a minute. Better. It's coming back. Now it's clear. All right. Jeez. Man. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing tomorrow is I'm getting in touch with my local cable and say, I need more juice. Need more juice, man. That's what I need. That was all the internet. That was not the microphone that time. All internet. So what was going on with that crap? And it don't ever have whatever server they're using to do their live. They don't glitch up like this. Only YouTube, which I know they got enough juice, but for some reason it glitches up all the time. And I was on the road. What was I talking about? I don't remember now. See, that's the whole thing. It burned me up. You nasty dang on. Let me see some here. What was I saying? All right, finish with this guy.
Vladimir Putin is intense.
Oh, yeah. There you go. He's talking about how Trump admires all these dictators all over the globe. And yet you have the Democrat Party patterning a lot of the things that they're doing off of these dictators. They don't say nothing. When China locked up all those people in their houses and stuff, they ain't say nothing about that. They ain't say nothing about Zelensky over there, jailing Christians and shutting down elections. They're not doing any of that. But yet here he is trying to say that Trump, he loves these dictators.
To turn the government into a weapon of revenge and retribution. The detailed plans for massive deportations and concentration camps.
Massive deportations and concentration camps. Do you realize that they have picked those terms for a reason? Deportation and concentration camps in regards to folks that should not be in the country at all. Yes, massive deportation for all of them. To house all these people. See, when Democrats put them in any facility, those are luxurious, I guess. Yeah, these are like 5-star hotels, which some of them do. But I'm talking about these little raggedy tents that they build and form and all that stuff. Yeah, that is, man. That's good stuff. But if Trump was to round them up and say, all right, y'all aren't even supposed to be here, they should be lucky they're not in jail. See, so what is he talking about? But about concentration camps. You mean a holding place for them to say, all right, now, there's 10 million of y'all. So stay right here till we go ahead and get you deported back to where you came from. But he wants to call it concentration camps. What would be going on in these camps, mister, as you compare them to concentration camps? Do you think we're going to go ahead and grab all these illegal immigrants and force them into labor? Start experimenting on them? Huh? See, this is the stupid stuff that comes out of these people that I got to point out. Now, somebody said blurry. Oh, this burns me up. Stupid YouTube. All right, let's try to go ahead and continue. Refresh your page if you can.
I mean, this is one of those moments where we have to distinguish between the white noise and the blinking red flares that are going up every time this man speaks. Mm-hmm. So Donald Trump is, in fact, I mean, we can regard him as the orange clown, but he's deadly serious here. I mean, a clown with a flamethrower still has a flamethrower. And Donald Trump is escalating his rhetoric.
Rhetoric on a daily basis. So now, remember, guys, Trump stole the election. Trump is about to become a king and install himself as the forever president. Trump's about to become a dictator. He loves all of the world's dictators. He's going to have folks hung and killed. All of these things that Trump is going to do. That right there, what he's describing is escalating rhetoric. Escalating rhetoric. And this fool is talking about every day Trump's escalating rhetoric. As y'all take him out of context, misquote him, insert all kind of motives that aren't there. Unreal.
Wrapped up the nomination, he might try to be a little bit more reasonable, move toward the center. In fact, what he's saying is, no, what I really want to do is, you know, I am an authoritarian. I am an election denier.
Why am I not on this show? That's what I want to know. I should be in one of them little squares right there to jump in and go ham on this dude. I am a dictator. I am an election denier. Full-blown lies. Full-blown lies.
And this is what I plan to do to the federal government, to the constitutional norms. And I think we need to take him deadly seriously.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it will close with this lady.
And yet, the hand-wringing and cocktail party speculation about an alternative to Joe Biden is continuing. Will continue.
They're fighting.
Guess what? Joe Biden isn't perfect. No candidate is, by the way. I don't understand what the alternative is here.
What?
If elected to a second term, Donald Trump would prosecute anyone he troops on protesters and essentially unravel the rule of law as we know it.
Yes.
And this time, he plans to line
the rule of none laws? The laws that y'all have ran over? The justice system that y'all have co-opted and now are using it as a weapon against Trump? Are you talking about that? Or are you talking about them mostly peaceful protesters that burned down cities and killed folks? Are you referring to those folks? Because if that's the case, yes. Are you talking about the political enemies that are going after Trump for stupid stuff? Yes. Are you talking about that, Raggedy?
his administration with people who will actually help him do it. But sure.
You mean the ones that won't get in there like dang on Bill Barr and William Barr and all of them folks that tried to sabotage and undermine his presidency? Milley. Yes. Everything you're saying. I'm looking at it differently. Like, I don't see what the problem is. That's supposed to be bad? Are these bad things? Oh, you're trying to make them sound bad.
Joe Biden is 3 years older and occasionally trips over things. Look, there's a lot to be concerned about right now when it comes to a second Trump term. The speeches are getting much more disturbing and much more unhinged, and we should all hear it that way.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will out the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Oh, take that, MSNBC. And that's why they're turning up the rhetoric. That's why the Trump derangement syndrome has kicked in and is on 100, full blown. Because they like, oh God, man, all right, we thought we could stop this mess. We thought you give us another 4 years of propaganda and trying to convince the public that Trump's the evilest thing on the globe. We could shut it down. But we overplayed our hand. And if this man gets back in power, you think he gonna take it easy on us? You think whatever deep state agency is controlling MSNBC, feeding them their sound bites, the talking points and all of that stuff, once Trump gets rid of that, what they gonna talk about? What handlers are gonna be telling them what they can do, what you need to say, what propaganda to come up with, leaking stuff. They won't have that no more. They'd have to actually pretend to do some real journalism. Right now, all they're doing is the bidding of the DNC and the deep state. Because everything you heard came straight out of either the DNC or the deep state. We got to label this dude as a traitor to his country. We got to label him as a dictator. We got to label him as an insurrectionist. We got to label him as a white nationalist. We got to label him as an extremist. We got to label all of that. While behind closed doors, they're trying to label us as those things as well. And you got to, why would anybody vote for Donald Trump over? It's against their self-interest. Nope. I look at it like, man, this is do or die for us. So God bless y'all. God bless America. What's tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Wednesday? Tomorrow's Wednesday or Thursday? You know what? That's crazy. I don't even know the date. It doesn't even matter. I think it's Wednesday. But if tomorrow's Thursday, I will be back again tomorrow, y'all, to drop some more information. Okay, yeah, tomorrow will be Thursday. Good. So I'll be back tomorrow to let them have it some more. That's what I'm going to do. Coming back tomorrow for some more action every single day. Come on back and give them some of these. The old school. Yeah, come on. Come on. So thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Don't forget, guys, since... and I'm going to get the sound taken care of. Or it's either one of two things. I'm going to get the sound taken care of, or I'm going to find out why I'm not getting enough juice when it comes down to streaming on YouTube. Because I don't have these problems over here on Facebook. I don't understand it. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'll figure that out. I got a feeling a lot of it deals with YouTube, honestly. Speaking of which, if you want to support the channel, feel free. Make sure that you just use my regular PayPal or my Cash App below until I get my little thing put up again, my campaign, my monthly little fundraiser going. And subscribe to my other channel. Make sure that you call this number, text this number right here. Text MAGA to it, 330-974-4607. It's been a while since I saw text. I think I might go through that tonight. Tell some people I got you. And then make sure that we can send some more text out to you and let you know what's going on. So all around, just thanks. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Now, let's get ready to get out of here. Let's bounce. Somebody said, love you, Kev. Chat, you rock. Thank you. Yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.